Hello everyone, welcome back to the course of Software Project Management. This video is brought to you by Newton's Group of Institutions in association with Redefined Solutions. This is Arvind Egreddy from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Today we will discuss about Monte Carlo simulation. In this video, we will discuss about Monte Carlo simulation, which performs a risk analysis by building models of possible results and by substituting the range of values. It is a probability distribution for any factor that has inherent uncertainty. It then calculates the result over and over each time using a different set of random values from the probability functions. Now let us see the history. In 1930s, Ermic Fermi uses Monte Carlo in calculation of neutron diffusion. In 1940s, Stan Ullman, while playing solitaire, tries to calculate the likelihood of winning based on the initial layout of the cards. After exhaustive combinatorial calculations, he decided to go for a particular approach. He tries many different layouts and observations, the number of successful games. He realized that computers could be used to solve such problems. Stan Ullman worked with John von Neumann to develop the algorithms, including important simpling and rejection sampling. Ullman and von Neumann suggested that aspects of research into nuclear fusion at Los Alamos could be aided by the use of computer experiments based on chance. The project was top secret, so von Neumann chose the name Monte Carlo in reference to the casino in Monaco. In 1950s, many papers on Monte Carlo simulation appeared in physical literature. The first major MCMC paper was published by Metropolis et al. In 1953. In 1970s, generalization of Metropolis algorithm by Hastings, which led to the development of MCMC. Coming to 1980s, important MCMC papers appeared in the field of computer vision and artificial intelligence, but there were few significant publications in the field of statistics. In 1990s, MCMC made the first significant impact in statistics in the work of Gelfand and Smith. So in the last 20 years, MCMC has become a widely used tool in several fields and much research progress has been made. Monte Carlo methods are now used to solve the problems in numerous fields, including applied statistics, engineering, finance and business, design and visuals, computing, telecommunication, and physical sciences. Now, let us see what is Monte Carlo simulation. It is a statistical stimuli technique that provides an approximate solution to the problems which are expressed mathematically. It utilizes the sequence of random numbers to perform the stimulations, and this technique can be used in different domains. In complex integral computations, in economics, specifically in risk management. It is extensively used in financial situations to compute the European prices, and also used to evaluate the sensitiveness of portfolios to various parameters and to compute the risk measure. Coming to Monte Carlo simulation is a mathematical technique that generates random variables for modeling risk or uncertainty of the certain systems. These random variables are inputs and are modeled on the basis of probability distributions such as normal, log normal, etc. So different iterations of simulations are run for generalizing paths, and the outcome is arrived by using the suitable numerical computations. Monte Carlo simulation is the most tenable method used when a model has uncertain parameters or a dynamic complex system which needs to be analyzed. It is a probabilistic method for modeling the risk in the system. This method is used extensively in the wide variety of fields such as physical sciences, computational biology, statistics, artificial intelligence, and quantitative finance. Monte Carlo simulation provides a probabilistic estimate of the uncertainty in the model. It is never deterministic, however, gives the uncertainty of risk ingrained in the system. It is useful tool for approximation of reality. So here, this Monte Carlo simulation technique was introduced during the World War II. Today, it is used extensively for modeling the uncertain situations. Although we have a profusion of information at our disposal, it is difficult to predict the future with absolute precision and accuracy. This can be attributed to the dynamic factors that can impact the outcome of course of action. Monte Carlo simulation enables us to see the possible outcome of a decision, which can thereby help us to take the better decisions under uncertainty along with the outcomes. So it can also enable the decision makers to see the probabilistic of outcomes. And Monte Carlo simulation uses the probability distribution for modeling a stochastic and random variables. Different probability distributions are used for modeling input variables such as normal, log normal, uniform, and triangular. So from probability distribution of input variables, different paths of outcomes are generated. So compared to the deterministic analysis, the Monte Carlo method provides a superior simulation of risk. It gives an idea of not only what outcomes to expect, but also the probability of the occurrence of the outcome. So it is also possible to model and correlate input variables. For instance, Monte Carlo simulation can be used to compute the value of the risk of a portfolio. This method tries to predict the worst return expected for the portfolios given a certain confidence interval for a specified time period. Normally, stock prices are believed to follow the geometric Brovin motion GMB, which is a Markov process, which means a certain state follows a random walk and its future value is independent on the current value. So here the generalization form of the geometric Brovin motion is given by delta S is equal to mu delta T plus sigma epsilon delta T, where S is the stock price, delta S is the change in the stock price, mu the expected return value, sigma the standard deviation return value, epsilon the random value, delta T the elliptic time period. This formula we will look in the next slide. Now coming to the benefits of Monte Carlo analysis in project management, it primarily benefits the using Monte Carlo analysis on our project, and it provides early identification of how likely we are to meet the project milestones and deadlines. And it can be used to create more realistic budget and schedule. It predicts the likelihood of the schedule and cost overcomes, and it quantifies the risk to assess the impact better, and it provides objective data for decision making. So as we have discussed that the generalized form of geometric Brovin motion is delta S by S is equal to mu delta T plus sigma epsilon delta T, where S is nothing but it is the stock price and delta S is the change in the stock price. Mu is the expected return, sigma the standard deviation return, and epsilon the random variable, and delta T is the elapsed time period. Now coming to the limitations of Monte Carlo analysis in project management, we must provide 3 estimates for every activity or factor being analyzed. If the analysis is only as good as the estimations provided, and the Monte Carlo simulation shows us the overall probability for the entire project or a large subset of it. So it cannot be used to analyze the individual activities or the risk. That's it for now. Thank you all. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for the latest notifications.